How are we looking? Looks okay, I think. Okie dokie. You tell it's off to the side there? Well, you can see the shadow. Maybe we should go to the shadow. Hang on a second. All right. How's everybody? Okay, now I got to try and decipher what the hell I was doing last time. Let's reinforce a couple of lines here. Try and warm up a little. Okay. I'm going to find my reference material here. Yeah. Hey, Gina. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Considering how little underdrawing there is, I think it's turning out okay. And hey, Mel, how's it going? Thanks very much. And once again, forgot to clean up my brush last time. At this point, I think it's just a feature. This is just how this stuff gets made. Ooh, too much. Oh shit, careful. Hey Oscar, how's it going? When you were younger, did you just practice certain body parts like hands, eyes, ears, faces, etc.? More faces than anything. Tried to practice like hands and yeah, like just general anatomy stuff, but faces was kind of my go-to. So just like, you're on the phone and you're doodling, that kind of thing. It's usually drawing stupid faces. Last few years, hey Lee, how you doing, buddy? Last few years, I keep writing things into my comic that I don't really know how to draw. Not in any kind of for sure way, anyway. So I've had the good fortune, I suppose, of a scripter in myself who doesn't give a shit whether or not I can draw something. So you just got to figure that stuff out. Shading's always been your biggest hurdle. Yeah, it's something you always gotta try and keep in mind. I focused on that a fair bit when I was a kid, so I have like a decent grasp these days, but not as much as I would like. Not as much, often not as much as I think I do. And I assume this is the cat who's usually climbing all over you. I can't remember the name now. Not Booger, the other one. Nah, I don't think this is gonna get. These are the ugliest fucking strokes you've ever seen, and I don't think I'm keeping this. Yeah, didn't spend enough time when I was a kid figuring out how to use a brush, unfortunately, but. Not Sebastian? This time. Oh, okay. I figured he had two. How many freaking cats do you have, man? They're playing outside. That's good. Hey, I mean, Kiko wasn't here. Oh, yeah. Okay, I did hear about her. And it sounds like he got through the winter without it being a fucking disaster, so. Or, at least so far. Not to jinx it or anything. Hey, Robo, how you doing, buddy? He was like spring out there. That's good shit. All right, let's hope it holds up. We had a pretty good run here for where it was like 10 degrees, which is good in Canada. For like a week or two, and like sunny is great, and then it started raining and it sucks again because it's BC. What the fuck are you gonna do? Today was sunny at least. It's like okay. Today is good. That's as much as you can hope for. Oh, this one's not very much. 11 degrees here, not in metric. So 11 degrees Fahrenheit? Because that kind of sucks, does it not? Glad you enjoyed the video, man. I've had that comic for a long ass time. That was when I bought, I don't know, at least a year ago. And it's like, okay, there's no way I'm not making a 11 Fahrenheit when 32 is freezing. Yeah, see, that seems like bad. But I mean, if that's warmer, at least that's like something, I guess. But yeah, no, I've had that thing for like a year, and it's like, there's no way I'm not making a video on this, right? And I just like mustering up the energy to open it was difficult. And I get it on my board, and it'd be like, ugh, I don't think today's the day. Ugh, no, thank you. I usually find something better to do. But this was what I finished just before I had to go off the air for a while. And it's like, okay, we're finally gonna do it. And yet, no, it sucked for probably different reasons than I expected. Still sucked, but I mean, yeah, when it's mostly silhouette, I think this will be fine. No longer hypothermia in your kitchen. Sounds good. Congratulations. I don't know what Rob's thinking was. You know, central heaters. Yeah, that sucks, man. I've done that before. Wearing a toque inside. Winter coat if it gets cold enough. Luckily these days I got a gas fireplace in the middle of the house, so that's alright. But I still don't know exactly what Rob's train of thought was with the troll character. Apart from just, you know, I need to come up with characters. Hey, I like that Wolverine hair. Here's another character. This will get me, you know, 400,000 copies sold. And he was right. Probably. Rob, oh, maybe not. Maybe not. You're right. And he would foist them upon us for quite some time. That's from what? Youngblood number 6, I think? He'll be a comedy character. I'm so good at comedy. Like, seriously, there was a while there where Rob just thought he was hilarious, didn't he? Just movie producers are always laughing when I talk and saying I'm so funny. It must be true. Scud poster would be dope. You know what you should do is you should hit up Uncle Jerk. He's also a Scud fan. He's done a few Scud pieces. He would do a commission if you really wanted one. Or Judge Dredd. Yeah, that's a good one. No, yeah, totally do it. And I mean, you could use some cash too. So if you ever thought about that kind of thing, like fucking go for it. Yep. Yeah, we could all use cash. Yes, that was also what I was thinking of. His shrink cartoon thing. And there's just nothing funny in there, even like remotely. It's the most puerile shit, and it's not even jokes, really. I would definitely recommend looking up Rob Liefeld shrink cartoon or shrink strip. I suppose it was a strip, really. But you know, there was that one, and there was something with a Frosty the Snowman character. And yeah, like no, you look at those, and you instantly understand Rob's sense of humor. It's fucking grade school shit. Hey Rohit, how's it going? This is still wet. Maybe you should just leave that alone for the minute. Shrink got option from Sun. That's like Rob's business plan is just to option everything. He's optioned all sorts of shit. He's never gotten anything made. Is the only thing. So, you know, Sony was able to produce stuff based off of Shrink. I think they also, well, maybe not them, but somebody bought all the rights to Brigade. Like Youngblood's been optioned several times. I'm sure War Child got he's had, you know, like at least a half dozen properties get optioned over the years. Nothing has ever made it to production. So just production companies giving him, who knows, you know, 5 figures probably. To say, okay, well, think about turning this into something. And then they decide, you know what, maybe we won't. Yeah, they'll option a lot of shit just in case. Yes, yes, yes. Like, like so much shit gets optioned all the time. And that never goes anywhere. Gotta find that spawn cross again. Oh, don't actually look up spawn cross. That won't help too much. Oh, come on. Dude, the only reason I'm pirating this shit is because it's easier than getting up and finding the actual issue. Yeah, like, you know, a studio losing like 30 grand to option something just so that nobody else beats them to it, that's worth it to them. I did learn from Cartoons Kayfabe you get more money from options than the movie getting made. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, depending on how you negotiate your contract, probably. Like, I have the comic too, is the thing, right? I got no problem with buying comics that I want to have. You know, like that's part of the whole deal with my channel. It's just like I could just do the images and like do like a slow pan across the page while I talk about it. Would you dry already? Are you dry? Not really. You're not going to dry anytime soon, then, are you? No, not really. Just a fucking layer of goop. That's awesome. Yeah, no, but I mean, like, if I think if the channel's proof of anything, it's that I prefer to have the single issues, and I will shell out for most of them. And if I can't afford it, then I don't do a video on it. That's how it works. Ghost Machines? I'm not sure what that is. That sounds familiar, but... Okay, let's see. Let's get a... His videos are always full of scans, but he always has at least a trade. Yeah. I've never done a video on a book I didn't have physically. And I don't even like doing the trades. Because you're constantly having to hold it open, and it's not the proper format. You also don't get that immersion. You know, like you don't get taken back. Because you're not getting the ads. You're not getting the credits page, if that's on the inside front cover. Image imprint started by Jeff Jones. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, the letters call, all that shit. That's part of why I do this shit, because I like looking back and going, hey, look at what was in here. This is crazy. There's fucking video game ads featuring Fabio. That's nuts. Not to mention, a lot of the time they clean shit up. I don't want to see the shit cleaned up. I want to see what kind of printing errors I can find. Candy and video games, yep, usually. Or zip products, D&D. But remember that there was a long time there. I feel like in the mid '80s, where all of a sudden, zip products were like in every comic. Clear as Sill, that kind of shit. Baseball cards. It's good shit. Let's see here. Hey Sheldon, how you doing, buddy? Glad you like it. Let me know if you have any ideas for where to go from here. And hey Jeff, how you doing? Thanks very much. I was glad to be back. I tried to keep up the live streams at least like on a once a week schedule while I was out, but I feel like it's a lot easier for people to miss me that way. I gotta be inescapable. The Braum painted D&D ads, yeah, those were all right. I still like the ones where they give you the listings for comics. I don't remember what it's called. It's like Eagle Comics, and it's you get the big picture up in the top left usually, like Wildcats or whatever. And you can get a copy of whatever Youngblood #1 for $3. What? Or whatever was around. They feature like 50 comics. And it's like, oh my god, they got so much. I'll have to fix that up a bit. I have difficulty watching most guys who do what I do, honestly. Cartoonist Kayfabe was great. And it's a real drag that went the way it did. But, Rob Norton's pretty good. I haven't seen too many others where I'll like watch them regularly. Comic tropes. This guy got me. Yeah, I never. I think I watched a few comic tropes and it's like, yeah, this is a pretty good channel. And it's like, okay, but he's, he pretty quickly got. I don't know, got the impression like just okay, he's just if he's featuring something, he's gonna be positive about it, and it's like, you know what? That's a feels. It's not dishonest exactly, but it's like I want to see shit too. you know, I want to see people talk shit about stuff that's bad. We got just gonna act like there's only good comics out there, or I'm gonna tell you about all the great comics there are. It's like what? Those aren't that hard to find. Let's tell you about what's bad and why it's bad. Strange Brain Parts I watch more often than not. That he's a good one. He gets very niche. So like I'd say maybe half the subjects I just don't have that much of an interest in. Sometimes I watch anyway. Like I think I watched a Suicide Squad one. Yeah, I did. Even though I don't really care about Suicide Squad, but it's like, you know what? This guy probably has interesting things to say about Suicide Squad. So let's check that shit out. I liked his Fool Killer video too. I have, I think, all of Fool Killer now. The 1990 series, because I want to touch on that at some point. The problem is that I tried making a video on issue 1 of that, and it's such a slow build, and the first issue doesn't really give you the flavor of the book that much. Like you get an idea of it, but and I usually do issue 1s, but it's not quite enough on its own. So it's like, okay, so do you have to do it as, I don't know, like, I do the whole series? It's like, well, I don't generally do that, particularly with something like this where you're covering, like, there's a lot of events, and I like to go over most of the events. No, and he's a smart dude. Strange Brain Parts. Now, like, you can really get into the theory of it. So I'm thinking eventually I'll do a video featuring like issue 1 of Fool Killer included with issue 6 and 7 with a lot of description of what goes on in between. It'd have to be a long video though. Because 6 and 7 is where everything goes crazy. And it's like, it's pretty much a superhero vigilante comic at that point. And then it just kind of goes sideways. Because Steve Gerber never got enough sleep. So he's taking it out on all of us. Oh, okay. Yeah, what is this? Jackal? Yeah. I think you were the one who recommended I look up Jackal. And hey, Rob, how you doing, buddy? Didn't mean to leave you out. Just you caught me in the middle of a Fool Killer rant. I feel like this isn't going to turn out right. Hang on. Yeah, take it down a little bit further. It won't be exactly centered, but maybe. Hey, Demon Art, how's it going? It's an 03? No, it's an 02. Let's get an 03. So what album is this? Can I find out based on... I don't think I can. This is the thing with Spotify. I got the song. I got a couple songs. You have to do the grid. I don't want to do the grid. Grids are for suckers. And I can usually eyeball it okay. You have to live with it. I know, and I usually do. This is a self-titled album. Oh, okay, so that's why it says just says. I'm not sure if that's why it says Jackal underneath, or I don't think it's. You're referring to the album. Oh, I think maybe it is referring to the album. No, it is. They're talking about the artist. Okay. Yeah, this is a commission for Sheldon for his comic. Started out with because it's a vampire character and he's got vampire minions, and somebody on the last stream somebody said Spawn Cross, Spawn on a cross kind of thing. It's like, okay, cool, I think I can wear that, and then it turned into more of like a darkness composition. So Great Roast of Burn. It listed like 5 different characters, but it's all the same drawing. Yeah. I think that might have been from the Marvel Year in Review 1990. I want to say 91. The one with the X-Men cover by Art Adams. I did have that when I was a kid. And it's like separated at birth or something. And it's, just 5, the same, like a drawing of like Hank Pym or whatever, copied 5 times. But with different names, like, Steve Rogers or Hawkeye or whatever. And, I think I have that. I rebought that Year in Review. I have it somewhere. Yeah, I'm looking forward to sending this out to you, though, Sheldon. That'll be cool. It'd be nice for you to get it in person. So once I have this done, I can send this and the pages I think it was just the one page you got. I'll have to recheck. I can send those out separately at least, because I'm gonna need to get Gemini mailers for the comics themselves. Hawkeye, Steve Rogers, Hank Pym. Yeah, exactly. Hey, K-pop, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, good shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was the other thing you got was the wraparound. Okay. I haven't rechecked in a minute, so I'm glad. Yeah. So I'll have at least 4 pages to send out to you there. Yeah. I completely blacked it out, pretty much. Can we do that? We could do that. Interesting. But he set it against the cape. I don't have a cape to set it against. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. You know, I don't think we need this particular. Actually, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'd do it, man. I got no problem with selling out. I will draw Rob properties for, you know, again, for as long as the price is right. Just do a big shot of his face that you could hang over your bed. Just like looking down on you, like lit from below. And he's making that, you know what he's doing? He's making that face from like the end of the book where he's all surprised and stuff. Absolutely. Apparently, yeah. I think you keep talking about Atlantis. I haven't seen Atlantis probably in like 20 years. You talking about like mole man, mole guy, whatever the fuck. And I'm like, who is that? And see, look him up. Oh, that guy. Right. I think I know Jack. I assume Jack was the main guy. Was the Michael J. Fox guy. I really gotta thin this ink out. It's getting near the bottom of the container here, and it's just turning into soup. That's the main. Okay. So okay. Yeah, you just mentioned Mignola. I was like, oh, was Mignola in on that? Okay, I can kind of see it. I wonder if it took like a period of time for Mignola to adapt to like being seen as, you know, like a genius in comic circles, and then taking a shit to Hollywood, and everything always gets changed whenever you submit something. Yeah, no, I did not watch Atlantis a lot. I don't remember much of anything about it, really. The kids watched Treasure Planet a lot, so I could remember bits from that. Or Incredibles, or, you know, there's all sorts of shit. Okay. I mean, it's not, you know, he doesn't have a copyright on the style exactly, right? If you want to go high contrast blocky, it starts to look like Mignola. You know. With the tank. No one in Hellboy had shoulders. No, they've all got that slump. Again, it's iconic. For sure. I mean, again, they might not be. They might just be. They might have similar influences. You never know. It doesn't seem like the toughest style to arrive at. You know, there's plenty of people I could see getting there. Shit, there was a while there where Rob was Liefeld, not you, Rob, was interested in Mignola until Todd called him off and told him that shit was never going to sell if he started drawing like that. I mean, he's not wrong. I don't think Rob ever would have even approached Mignola like levels. I think, you know, he just would have drawn some blocky shapes and not known what to do with them, and then eventually reverted back to his own style, pretty much like what he did with the high contrast Frank Miller style. Only he did that over the course of one issue where he realized, oh shit, this is not for me. And did everything but back out of it by the end of it. He said, style has changed me. One day everyone will draw like Mignola. I mean, I think these days everyone would take that, but the problem is it takes a lot of work to get there. And a lot of understanding that just most people will never get. Tastes do certainly change, Hey, Spawn used to sell 1 million copies. Yeah, you can't hide your mistakes, and you have to have you have to have a complete understanding of how to make your shapes not blend against each other, make the things you want to stand out stand out. It's very much like the Frank Miller high contrast style, only I'd say with just more design and artistic sense. And fair bit more dedication to it than Frank had. I never quite got that from Spawn. I mean, there was a while there where it was like, oh shit, I better not let my mom see this. But at that point, I'd already been watching horror movies for a few years. I was probably in grade 9. I think that was, when would that have come out? 91 would have been, maybe grade 7, but I already would have been watching horror movies for years. But again, not that my mom knew. Oh, yeah, no. Again, Bill Watterson's a guy who is constantly building his craft. Max was interesting for a minute, but again, because since Keith had blown out his wrist, and he never really tried to get back to that blood hungry style, it wasn't going to be for me because it gets, he leaned more into the metaphor stuff, which I never really gave that much of a shit about. If I could have had Art Adams draw every single comic, I would have taken that. Spawn toys were great. I had a few Spawn toys. I didn't like Spawn at that point. Like in the late 90s. Like the early Spawn toys were whatever. They're just like run-of-the-mill shit. But by the time he was doing like Samurai Spawn and he started doing the Movie Maniacs and all that. Yeah, no, that was all incredible looking shit. Blair Witch aside. Blair Witch did not look great from what I recall. Well, I mean, I wouldn't even go so far as to say the first wave was weak. It was just kind of standard for comic toys, which is fine. And it is honestly kind of impressive considering it was independent. Like, you look at what Marvel was putting out at that time, and it's not much better. It's more like Marvel had to try and keep up to Todd once he started getting crazy designers and just molds in. Well, I mean, they've run their course now, right? I don't think they're anywhere near the kind of moneymaker they used to be, so they probably don't have the money to spend on the high quality designs and molds anymore. Oh, DC took the license? Okay, well, there you go then. But I mean, I imagine for a long time there, what was paying the bills for McFarlane Toys was the sports stuff. Get your favorite football player, get your favorite hockey player, because he made them fucking all. I think Todd's kind of probably realized that it had its day, and that day's over, and it's probably not coming back to the extent that it did. So it's like, it doesn't really matter what happens now. Let's just make some money off it. Rob said he went in and had the toy guys change things, and when they learn new things, okay. That sounds a lot like what he did with well, I want to say like Ollie Optics for one thing. Well, that'd be more like what what's the guy's name? Steve Oliff did with Ollie Optics, where he revolutionized computer colors and taught all these kids how to do all this awesome shit with computer colors, and then they ripped them off for all the shit that he taught them, and basically sold themselves to the highest bidder and killed all the optics. Whatever. He didn't want to pay those fees and was trying to spin out an advantage. I get it. He's selling tons of comics, thinking I should be making it all. Yeah, from what I understand, well, he didn't want to be tied to the Image universe. He wanted a revenue source that was not linked. Probably for a whole bunch of reasons, including distribution. I mean, there was the whole thing where Image was getting a discount from distributors based on the number of comics that they received from Image. And And when Rob, took a bunch of his stuff to Maximum, Image was not happy because all of a sudden that fucked up their discounts they were getting. And Rob's, response to that was, well, why does it have to be me? There's guys putting out 1 or 2 books, putting out 15. Why can't somebody else, fund a couple more books themselves? Which, it's a fair argument. And there's also the thing where it's like, okay, maybe not everybody just goes, hey, I can come up with a book, like a new book every 2 months. It's like, well, they can if they don't give a shit about quality like I do. Yeah. No, that's true. And you always get like snippets, like bits and pieces. And nobody wants to talk too much about it because, for one thing, they were very inexperienced. To the point of being, completely inexperienced businessmen back in the day. And they made a lot of stupid mistakes to start with. And nobody wants to admit to that shit. And everybody wants to paint themselves in a good light when a lot of people acted pretty shitty by the sound of it, particularly guys like Rob and Todd who still are trying to maintain this image like they're, the only good guys left in comics. Yeah. Yeah, and Todd's done being sued, and he's got a legal team, I'm sure, that's just like, you know what? We don't need to talk about anything that happened before. So, just don't say shit. Okay, I didn't tell more about the DC, but well, I don't think Jim Lee was beholden to Alan Moore to tell him anything really about Wildstorm. It would have been a nice courtesy. Assuming he knew about how Alan Moore felt about DC, he might not have. I don't know. I feel like it's the kind of thing that probably would have been floating around at the time, but I don't know how in tune Jim Lee was with that kind of thing. He might have just been focused more on his own thing. And that was a fair bit before him. A few years before he really got into business. I think it probably just came down to, I'm not going to get a chance to make this kind of money again. It's my company. I'll tell Alan this is what the deal is, but this is the deal. It's going forward, Like, Jim Lee always had his eye on the ball when it came to making money. So it just kind of put Alan in a bit of a tough position, but it's like, you know what? Okay, I've got all these people fucking, like, everything's all been set up. Well, that wasn't his chance to do Batman exactly. It was because it was just we're just talking about selling Wildstorm, right? But it did kind of lead to that, I imagine. I don't know that I'm sure there's a bit of Jim that's like, yeah, no, that'd be kind of cool to do Batman, but I don't know if it was a lifelong dream or anything. It doesn't really strike me as that kind of guy. Like Eric Larson strikes me as that kind of guy. Like he really wanted to work on the Hulk when he was a kid. So, when he got the chance to write his own Spider-Man book, he had to have the Hulk guest star. And he just got stuck with the Professor Hulk version. Sylvester caught some strays. Well, I mean, Rob's perspective on that is that everybody was poaching his guys, but he doesn't mean pencilers. He means colorists, and inkers. So it's like, and, Rob does strike me as pretty naive in a lot of ways, or just willing to at least look naive if he benefited from it. So, yeah, no, exactly. No one wanted to poach Rob. That is true. No one did want to poach Rob's pencilers. But I mean, what I mean by that is that there is a big difference between, hiring some of Rob's colorists. Yeah, Platt. No, that's true. But I don't think anybody wanted to pay what Rob was paying him. So there's that too. But there's a big difference between like, okay, I'm going to use Rob's colorists on this thing and then Rob being like, oh, I'm going to take Mark's protege and profit off him. It's like, yeah, Mark might have problems with that. I mean, you can. Well, I mean, Platt was a penciler. There are maybe 2 or 3 comics that he fully drew, pencil and inked, because he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it on a schedule. He would take months on it. He's got, like, what's his first Moon Knight issue? Like 52 or something like that? No, it's like 56. And the last issue was, I think, 60. Maybe, I don't know. He drew, but it's like a 5 or 6 issue run, of which he drew 3 because he had to take 2 issues off in between to pencil and ink himself on issue 60. And he had to have issue 60, I guess. He thinks Lee stayed longer on FF to improve his chance to sell his company to Marvel, but they changed Chapter 11. Oh, okay, interesting. I mean, that was at that time, yeah. Who was it? Did Team Youngblood? I think you're probably talking about Chap Yape. And yeah, he went on to do animation stuff. As did a lot of the Extreme Studio guys, including Jeff Matsuda. Dan Fraga went on to do storyboards. There was a few, because the story is that when Rob Liefeld was optioning something, probably Youngblood, he went and visited with a studio, and he was looking at what... shit, I had the word. I just said the word. I can't remember the word now. The guys who do the thumbnails for the movies, those guys. How he was looking at some of those, and he said they look like shit. And he went back to Extreme Studios, and he's like, if you guys ever decided to go into that, you would be the best at it. So they all took him up on it. They believed him. Which is kind of funny. Except Merritt. Because Rob was lying when he said that to Merritt. Storyboard, thank you. It's like, fuck, I just said that word. I know I did. Oh, it's booger time, is it? Well, good luck with that. If you have to sign off for a minute, we'll understand. Or just, go a little quiet. Oh, yeah, this is all just sludge now. Okay, I think I actually have to empty this thing out because this is not really something I want to put on a page anymore. Okay, it's going to take a little while. Maybe I should do this some other time. Wow. That's just like a thick layer of muck at the bottom of this thing. I do have refill, but like, yeesh. All right, man. Well, thanks for stopping by, man. It's been fun chatting. Let's try and swab this out a little bit without getting too much on my hand. Yeah. It's like trying to clean out a fucking engine or something. That's revolting. All right, awesome. Yeah, the super black thing here. This is, I think, toast, and it's just gunk at the bottom. I can refill it and then deal with the gunk next time if I remember. We'll see. Paper towels, yeah, I guess so. That's what I was using. Go with another one, I guess. Didn't quite avoid getting all the ink on my finger here. You get the fuck out. Ew. Got sludgy, so you had to water. Yeah, I did that with the white paint. Yeah, I don't know if you can see in there, probably not, but yeah, it's just like a thick crust of the bottom here. I've gotten most of it out now, I think. Try one more. Got some still in. Okay. Okay, let's rinse it out one more time. See if I can get it a little bit cleaner before I refill it. Oh, that's better. Okay, okay. Ow. Yeah. If you don't use scalding hot water, you're doing it wrong. $30-year-old bottle of Speedball that wasn't even sludge, it was solid. Like, yeah. I think I have a bottle like that. Like I got this refill bottle a while back. I have one of these in my room that I found. It's like, I know I haven't cracked that thing open in at least 20 years. There's no way there's a liquid in there. Okay, that'll have to do, I think. Pretty good, pretty good. Got out most of it. Now let's see if I can refill it without spilling too much. Because that would be a little bit unfortunate. Looks pretty good. All right. A little bit of dripping, but not too bad. Not on the floor or the table or the chair for once. Seriously, everything in this area has ink smeared all over it. It's kind of ridiculous. Took a while to get the crusties out. Yeah, I believe it. So what was I doing with this anyway? I was filling something. Probably this thing. Now let's see how this turns out. I haven't used proper ink, I feel like, for a few months because I've been dipping that sludgy shit. Oh, that's a little better. Oh, your finger's a little damp. So I need to go get the paper damp. Snarl, slag, swoop, and grilling. What did I say? Did I say sludge? Is that one? Holy shit, that's so much smoother. It's crazy. Like, what were you doing? Why didn't you do this like a month ago? Didn't think of it. Might think of it next time now. Yeah, sludge? Okay, okay. No, well, I figured it was the Dino box. Now name Insecticons. I can only think of shrapnel off the top of my head. Snarl is a steg. Okay. I mean, I remember Swoop is obvious. Was it Swoop? Yeah. Shrapnel, Bombshell, and Kickback. Okay. I guess Kickback was the grasshopper then. So Shrapnel would have been the beetle then? So, no, that sounds like it should be Bombshell. Are they both beetles? Like, what's the deal there? You will fill me in now. Again, lines taken out of context. Shrapnel is a stag beetle. Yes. Yeah, a little heavy on the electrons. Electrons. He's a rhino beetle. Oh, okay, fair enough. Shit, I gotta stop loading this thing up so much. I've been used to like as much ink as this thing will carry, where it's like glooping off. Now it's just like loaded up and fuck, I can get like half the page black now if I need to. Bombshell was, yeah, he didn't make it to the movie, did he? I feel like Shrapnel and Kickback were the recognizable ones anyway. Although that's probably largely because of the movie. I mean, they featured a lot so that they could kill off a lot, right? Snarl barely made. Yeah, I didn't really see him. So Sludge is the Bronto. Okay. You saw Sludge, but you didn't see Sludge do anything. Although I feel like a Brontosaurus isn't going to be able to do much. Snarl, Slag, Swoop, and Grimlock. So Slag would have been the Triceratops then, I take it? He at least got a bit to do. It's an infamous thing. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I liked the Dinobots when I was a kid, but the Insecticons were cooler. I think I would have been happier. I never had either one. Transformers were too fucking expensive, but I think I would have been happier having an Insecticon than a Dinobot, personally. Oh, fuck you. Stay put. I feel like we're blacking that shit out. Yes, that's the one bit of Sludge that I do recall. Where his eyes go all cartoony and the boiling. Yep, stay put. Oh yeah, I had a couple of GoBots. Mostly I had He-Man figures because I think those were cheap, relatively. And I eventually moved up to G.I. Joes. Didn't have a lot of Star Wars stuff. Or Transformers, obviously. Never got anything to do with Mask. You know, Mask looked awesome. I wanted, like, any Mask thing. Never got any of it. Yeah, a lot of secondhand He-Man. I would, like, go to my grandmother's, and that would be, like, her go-to thing was we would show up and she would have 2 He-Man figures, one for each of us. And it's like, okay, cool. Because she felt she needed to, be memorable somehow. It's like, yeesh, I don't know. I mean, we hang out here like once every month or two, and it's cool. We like Nano-K. This was after 85, I feel like. Well, maybe it was around 85. But yeah, no, we had tons of He-Man figures because of that. It's funny, I remember we eventually moved out of our apartment to Mississauga and then moved back. And apparently I made friends with a guy who was friends with somebody who moved into my old apartment with his family, and they found all sorts of He-Man behind, like, the radiator panel in the apartment. So it's just kind of like, oh, I guess I played with him then. Cool, that's good to know. Yes, but you got to remember, Canada versus US, we might have had a delay of a year or two, right? It's possible. You had a couple of mask things, one was super discount because the box got torn. That's all right. That's not bad. I mean, drag that some of the parts got stolen, but like having a car that can turn into a jet or whatever, that's all right. My dad would, yeah, when we got a little bit older, my dad would buy G.I. Joe toys for us for Christmas and birthdays. I think as much because he wanted to put them together and put the decals on as anything. Rhino, the big truck. Okay, that's cool. I think that was I think that was a pretty good one. And you had the car. See, yeah, no, I didn't have any of that shit. I think we just had different shit. I remember having a Knight Rider car that was pretty big. Like I remember it being like this big, so it might have been more like this. But that was radio controlled, I think. That was when I was like 7 or 8. So we had the odd thing. And then I go over to my friend, like once or twice I went over to this one guy's place who, like he wasn't really a friend, but we were in the same class. And I don't know, we got invited over. I got him invited over once or twice. And he just had fucking everything in his basement. So like all the play sets, all the vehicles. He had the fucking Cobra Command, the Terrordrome. I'm pretty sure he had the fucking, whatever the G.I. Joe ship was, the aircraft carrier. Freaking Star Wars play sets all over the place. He had AT-ATs. It's freaking nuts. Grandma got him so much G.I. Joe stuff. Yeah. And he had, I know he had like Cobra Rattlers, the fucking, the Warthogs, the A-10s. Like this is like 45 years ago. No, not 45. 40 years ago. I still remember it a little bit too clearly, I think, because it was just like, what the fuck? Who has all this? But like we lived pretty close to kind of a rich neighborhood, even though, I was living in like kind of crappy apartments. So yeah, some of those kids they did okay. All right, Sheldon. Yeah, I think maybe it's time. But thanks for hanging out, man. It's been good. I hope you like how the page is going so far. I think this thing will turn out pretty good eventually. Might take me a few weeks, but. And more, maybe a little bit of whiteout here and there. Awesome, man. All right, you have a good one, man. I think I am going to grab a smoke. We've been doing this for like an hour and a half now. I can give you a break from typing there, Lee. You're kind of the only one going right now. So I will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. And we'll go for maybe like another 45 minutes or an hour after that, all right? All right. Oh, that's all right. The Optimus Prime on Christmas thing. We had a couple, but my mom and dad split up when I was pretty young. So we'd sometimes get some cool toys from my dad, who didn't, make huge money, but he got by. And then my mom would get what she could. So like, I recall like my brother had Starscream, and I got Thundercracker, probably because my dad it's like, hey, look, it's F-15s. Thinking about it, I don't remember who I would have got them from, but that seems likely now. Moving all the time. Meaning, yeah. Well, my dad used to work nights at the local transit where he was like, I think, washing buses and shit. He's doing maintenance stuff. He stuck with that company until he retired too. Moved up through that to like data entry eventually, and then became like their IT guy when he was like 50. So he was actually making like really good money by the time he retired. But no, at the time, yeah, he was doing shit work and shit hours. And then he'd come home and like, you know, I'm pretty sure he had the same spectrum-y type issues I do. So he would come home and he'd go straight to his room, to his guitar, and just start plunking away. And, you know, just, you know, quick hi to mom. And she decided that she was done after like 3 years. Pilot shit? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that is a good job. Not for families, but... It's funny, my dad wanted to be a pilot when he was a kid because his dad was in the RAF. And he was British. But, unfortunately, he wanted to be a pilot. You know, when he was of age, it was in the 60s, and ejection seats were not adjustable at the time. So, and he was like 5'7", so he was too short. So, yeah, sorry, bud, you don't get to live your dream because you didn't grow that extra 2-3 inches. So he had to settle for just making models his entire life. Smoking either play video or quit. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, shit. I think we all can. Well, we all meaning both of us can relate to that. I mean, that's kind of what fucked up my marriage the first time. One of the things was I would come home and I would just, you know, I'd say hi to everybody and yeah, no, hey, how's everything going? Okay, cool. I'm going on playing video games and I will be there for the next 3 hours. Much more structured with how I decompress these days, I think. I would do that when I was a single dad, too, to an extent. You know, I'd try not to, but... You know. Try to spend some time with the kids and then go out on the porch for like 2 hours, smoke with my laptop. It's like that. I don't think that's a good way to do things, really. I think if I had to do it over, I'd probably do that a little different. But, you know, if the kids have issues from it, then they seem to be doing okay regardless. So that's nice. Yeah, the fun of being undiagnosed neurodivergence. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I think if I'd known, I probably would have made more of an effort to not do that. Or to, you know, like, just compartmentalize it a little different, maybe. Didn't realize until, like, 5 years ago. I think my brother got diagnosed with ADHD, and it's like, oh, maybe I should, you know what? Some of this stuff sounds familiar that you're talking about. Started replaying New Vegas. Yep. I might be done for now. I'm like in the middle of a playthrough. It's such a good game. Like from a role playing perspective, where you can that's the difficulties that I'm used to the usual Bethesda method, where you don't have to role play. You pick the best option every time that gives you the most XP, and then you max out everything. And it's like you can't really do that with New Vegas. You kind of have to pick a direction. It's such a half a good game. Yeah, kind of. That's okay. It's funny. I always thought they didn't have enough time to finish it. I mean, fairly obviously being how buggy it is and all that. But it sounds like Obsidian thought they had too much time. They're just like, no, we got plenty. We don't need any more time. And then it's like, oh, maybe we do, but too late now. Yeah, I try to put off killing Benny for a while until I'm like level 20, 25, something around there. I don't think I've done it in my current playthrough. I'm like 25, 26. Like, let's go around and do everything else first. It's like, I still haven't blown up the Brotherhood of Steel. How can I kill Benny? The low intelligence character. Yeah. I mean, the responses are funny, but I think they're kind of few and far between. And you do miss out on a lot of, like, interesting ways to go with like interesting interactions that are satisfying. They're great for a highlight reel. But like actually, I think playing through for hours and hours and hours is probably not as much fun, unless you're like really dedicated to role playing, which I'm not quite there. Well, it's 1 of 3. If you do, everything changes. Yeah. Well, I mean, they try to include it, but like there's so much in Fallout particularly when it comes to dialogue, and they did give themselves such a low amount of lead time. I don't think they could change as much as they wanted to. Most of the dialogue is the same. Yes, for low intelligence versus regular. Yeah, most of it. But then every once in a while, you get those ones where it's like, "Hey, I'm going to talk smart for a bit," and then your only real available response is, "What?" There's probably more incentive to go with low intelligence in like Fallout 1 and 2. I don't think there was much incentive in 3. I'm sure it's there. Like there's bits and pieces, but doing brain damage is not a good roleplay option. You named her Guh. Nice. Well, I mean, that works though for the career, right? Makes sense. You'd have some comprehension difficulties after getting shot in the brain. I stab at the crusty is nice. I never go with a melee or unarmed build. I really should do that at some point. From what I understand, it's actually if you pick the right perks in New Vegas, it's very overpowered. But I mean, there's just so many fucking gun options, man. Like, I'm not a huge gun nut, but still. And, you know, like, it's the first person melee. Yeah, there's that too. Not that the gunplay is that much better, really, but well, they give you so many gun options, including so many ammo options. It's like, man, how do I not fuck around with this? Skyrim's okay. At the time, you know, it was certainly like an achievement in terms of how it looked. But yeah, you don't have to play it for too long before you realize, oh, there's nothing in this, like in terms of script. Or not very much anyway. It's all that fucking Radiant fucking quest shit. Like Oblivion was fine. Well, that was a pretty good game. Had the kind of the same difficulty in that the melee sucked, which is a bit of a shame in a game that focuses primarily on melee combat when you get into combat. And it's not as bad as Skyrim for the every quest is go to the place and get or kill the thing, but it does have a bit of that. Tried Morrowind, didn't really care for it. Really, okay. I tried Morrowind first, like before Oblivion came out. A friend of mine had it. And I thought it was pretty amazing at the time. Because, you know, like at that time, there wasn't much examples of something better. Sounds like a fucking ZZ Top song. Like it, you know, when you haven't played any RPGs up until that point, Morrowind seems like endless, and like there's just so many different options for anything you want to do. Now big on Tolkien fans, yeah. That was the thing. I never played a whole bunch of RPGs when I was a kid. Probably mostly because I didn't have like RPG friends. I think you need those. That's actually an interesting like thought experiment. It's like, what would Mitch have been like if he'd had D&D friends growing up? Would it have been very different? It's like, I think maybe. You had a regular D&D, yeah. See, never did. So like, it looks like fun, parts of it, but I also feel like I don't think I could do role play seriously. It feels too goofy. So I don't know. I think I'd have to be a sarcastic asshole playing. I don't know how much people would want to see, play with that guy. Self-conscious is big time. Where you like gotta like open up and shit and be vulnerable. Like, no, in character? No, thank you. Like, how well do I know you guys? Not well enough. Let's get over that. It's fun doing. I believe it. But like again, I don't know anybody who's into it enough, or you know, and that in the time these days. If I wasn't into it as a kid, I don't think I could be patient enough to learn how to do it now. Particularly when, you know, like I got demands on my time. And I've got games I've got to unwind. You know, I don't know. There are comedy RPGs. All right, that's cool. And to be done while drinking, so everyone is rock, paper, scissors. Okay, okay. That sounds all right. I was playing one a little while ago because my eldest daughter was visiting. And she was playing a game with one of her friends while over at the place she was staying at. So I came over to visit, and they're like, "Hey, you want to play too?" And I was like, "Sure, we'll give that a shot." Spend a turn, just kind of watching everybody else go, and it's like the space, like kind of a cross between, you know, like you get in space battles, yeah, but there's also diplomacy, and you're trying to manage your resources and this kind of shit. You know, kind of standard stuff, I imagine. It's like, all right, I'll give that a shot. Well, like we ended up playing for like 6 hours because that's how long. And by the end of it, everyone was kind of done. But it's like, okay, well, we're gonna finish this game anyway. And I spent like a bunch of time at the beginning building up armaments, and you know, like trying to explore a bit at least, but like mostly just building these like this ridiculous fleet, and not really having anywhere to direct it. And eventually having, you know, getting close to the end of the game and being like, okay, I'm gonna have to figure something out. And like I think I was making the other players nervous. It's like he could just like come in and wipe somebody out. So instead, I decided, because there's at the center of the galaxy, or the center of the quadrant, whatever it was, there's like this giant space station thing that has like stupid armaments, so you can't go at it when you're low level. And like, you know, I'm gonna go after the Death Star. Why not? See how that is. And took it out in like 2 turns or something, because my guys were too overpowered. But that was fun. And you know, I think I did all right in term, because you know, you're just kind of tallying scores at the end based off of resources, off of how many ships you have left, how many systems you have control of. Yeah, I know. So I wasn't last, I don't believe, in that particular game, but was not first either. Hey, Bruce, how you doing, buddy? Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's been fun so far. There's a little bit of just making everything up as we go, but that tends to be how these things go, you know. Yeah, no, I'm not really a strategic thinker either. Like, I have a bunch of strategy games. Like, you know, I'm like, I guess kind of like light strategy games. So, like Age of Empires, Medieval, that kind of stuff. And as long as I'm don't have any kind of timed element, it's like I can have some fun so long as I can find a formula that works. And then I will just stick to that formula every time. If I go against somebody who actually like thinks strategically, I'm fucked every single time. Your eyes first. Yeah, I think I probably would have been the same. I just, you know, I never multiplayered. Always played the single player campaigns. Honestly, I think if anybody ever watched me play a video game, it'd be the most boring shit because I do the same thing every time and don't innovate, don't try anything new. It's just like, no, I wanna win, and I figured out this way to win, so I'm gonna do that thing every single time. Or I'll just cheat to get all the resources and then build everything up and then become unstoppable. That'll be fun. I just do Dungeon Keep 2, so I just do the My Pet Dungeon. Alright. I like Darkest Dungeon, since we're talking about dungeons. I don't think I've tried Darkest Dungeon 2. I've had that for a while, but I haven't really played it. It's a fun game thematically. I think I don't need any kind of edge lighting on these. I don't know if I'm wrong later. I don't think that's helping though, the edge light. Is Wayne June the guy who does the voiceover for Darkest Dungeon? Because that guy is quite good. Yeah. No, he is excellent. Now he's like kind of mocking sometimes. They heard him narrate a Lovecraft audiobook and said, yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the guy. You know, also would have been good. The guy who did the there's like the narrator or ancient one or whatever in Soul Reaver. Old British dude with like the deepest fucking voice. I don't imagine he's still going. Because I think he was old like 20 years ago. I just heard him in something else again recently, and I'm like, oh, it's that guy. I love that guy. I was like a cartoon or something. Now I gotta look it up. I think it's Tony J. Yep, that's the one. Although Michael Bell was quite good as well. Yeah, passed away 2006. That makes sense. And how old was he at the time? Not that old. I don't think he made 80. No, like 73. That's a drag. Yeah, no, his voice was so fucking good. I know I heard him in a bunch of stuff, but like, that's the one I remember specifically because I remember seeing this behind the scenes thing with him talking, and you're just like watching him go. I was like, holy fucking shit. And like, I'm not that big on voice acting, like I enjoy watching people do their thing, but sometimes it's just like, okay, you got to recognize when someone's doing some fucking crazy shit. I think I would mostly know, yeah. Let's see here. More film, the voice roles. Monsieur Dark? Yes, he was in Beauty and the Beast. Okay. David Warner, also one of the greats. Either just his voice or in person. Loved him every time he showed up on Star Trek. I could think of at least 3 times off the hop there. Wait, yes, 3. Star Trek 5, Star Trek 6, and the Cardassian Captor episode, which was excellent. Hey, Conehead, how you doing, buddy? Tim Curry, yes, I heard about Tim Curry. That's a drag, and he can't really do any of the voice stuff anymore, that's a fucking drag. I mean, at least he's still going, and he seems to be kind of at peace with it, publicly, I would imagine like we come from France, right? I'm doing all right, man. We're staying up late, drawing, and listening to shit 80s heavy metal. How much better can it get? No, you never know. It's true. But you can assume, and I often do. I built a video channel off of that. We always keeps it real over here. No point doing anything else. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. We're having some fun with it. This is a commission for a buddy that is turning out okay so far. I hope I can keep the quality up on this, because a little bit of pressure when it's actually paid for. I can't just fuck around quite as much, What video games do I know Tony J from? Probably a couple. Might just be Legacy of Kain. I think so, actually. Never played Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. Apparently, he's a guy in that. That'd be the closest thing. Oh well. How long does it take me to do a full picture? Well, I mean, this one I've been working on. Well, I started on Sunday, and so that was about 3.5 to 4 hours. I've been going for just over 2 hours tonight, and I'm like maybe a quarter done, maybe a third at best. So I mean, this will probably keep me in the neighborhood of like between 12 and 16 hours. There's a lot of little elements I want to include though, but those won't take too long. Remember, I used to be able to crank out a page on a stream. I do take my time with the details. Brother of Steel is one they pretend didn't happen? Oh, okay. That's why I don't know it. Oh, well. Yeah, no, I used to be able to crank out a page in like probably in a week. Get it set up on the Wednesday on a 2-hour stream and then finish it in 4 hours on the Sunday. Don't do that too often anymore. I'd be like, what do I do with myself now? What am I supposed to draw next week? Well, again, it's paid for. I want to make sure it looks good. Big idiot shooter, very loud, very much not fun. Oh, okay, fair enough. I was thinking it would be one of the Fallout 3 spin-offs, like the Pit or Mothership Zeta, or that kind of thing. Sometimes forget. I assume this is it's a PC game. Before Bethesda, okay. All right, man. Well, thanks very much. Thanks for stopping in. Funny, I have Fallout 3 on my Steam, but I can't get the fucking thing to load. I wanted to try to play it again, but and I have like Game of the Year edition with all the fucking DLC that I've never got to try before. And it's like, oh man, now's the time. It's like, no, it's not, sucker. There's probably a fix I could find, but none of the ones I've tried so far have worked. Yeah, get back up there. Well, that was one of those ones I'd play endlessly back in the day. Just the base game. Still remember the first time playing that thing, and again, not being used to playing RPGs or anything RPG really related. And the first time you step out of the vault, and just like, wait, so I can just go fucking anywhere? Console exclusive. Okay. Like, that kind of blew my mind. I sent it out to get some money for Van Buren, the Fallout 3 that never was. Ah, okay. I've got a lot of console Fallout games. I've tried playing the first one, and man, it's too tough for me. I feel like that's the kind of thing you have to be into. You had to have been into video games at the time, and be willing to get over the bar to entry, or just be willing to learn a new system. I usually get to whatever the first encounter is and try to talk my way through it, and my stats are too low, and so it ends up in a fight in which I lose handily. That was the last time I tried playing. That was like a couple weeks ago. Did kind of the same thing with Fallout 2. Played Fallout Tactics, which is a little bit more beginner friendly. I was able to finish that one a while back. I don't know if I'd be able to play it now, but I do recall there was a couple of interesting realizations, like oh cool, you can hire super mutants to be in your Brotherhood of Steel party. It doesn't make a lot of sense really, but fuck it, that's cool. You can hire grid-based turn games. Yeah, I mean that was the thing that I'd like, because I was like, okay, I understand this shit. The RPG elements, I'm like, on. I didn't quite. They didn't mean a whole lot. But being able to hire out super mutants and death claws and ghouls seemed awesome until we were in our APC, and coming back from a mission with me and two ghoul characters, and all my, and then my humans. And then, we were traveling long distance, and then by the time you show up, everyone's died of radiation poisoning. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Did we go through a nuke site? It's like, no, you're carrying around ghouls, and they irradiate you. That took me a minute to figure out. Shadowrun games. I feel like I have a Shadowrun game. Oh, they're all broken up by when I've played them last. I don't think I've ever played Shadowrun. Or when I installed them. Oh no, I have Shadow Tactics. I think that's a different thing. Why are they... I don't know how to reorganize this shit. Never mind. Maybe I don't. I've got 100 Steam games, maybe 150, at least 2/3 of which I've never played. I think that's probably pretty standard. Just something that's oh, hey, that's 80% off today. I might as well get that. And then never check it out, or check it out for 10 minutes and go, I don't have the time, man, I'm sorry. Yeah, for a while with Humble Bundle. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they have sales on Steam all the time. And it's shit, do I want this game that's usually $50 and now is only 10 or 5 or 8 or whatever? It's yes, of course I do, right? It has mostly positive reviews. It's probably really good. And then I go, what am I gonna do with a cartoony tower defense game? You know, I have Plants vs Zombies for that, and I kind of maxed that out a long time ago. Yeah, I literally have like at least 50 games that I've never played that I'm sure are very, a lot of which are very good. But, you know, again, just like, oh, learning curve, I don't want to deal with that. Apparently I have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Did I buy that? I guess I must have. Must have been pretty cheap. I don't think my computer can run that. Yeah, Dragon Age and Dragon Age 2. People like those. Again, I don't know if my computer can run them or not, but again, they must have been super cheap. I heard Ragnarok. Was it Ragnarok? Valhalla, whatever. I heard that one was good. And stuff with Vikings, I'm usually a sucker for. Hey, Brain. No, man, I've been going for 2 hours. Which of us got a late start? I was thinking of wrapping it up soon. Yeah, I know. It's just been Lee for like half an hour at least. You didn't see the stream at 8. Okay, that's weird. Huh. Okay, I mean, I put the link up in the Discord, but that's weird. Wonder if YouTube's shadow banning me. They do like to do that. For who knows what reason. You got a bit, right? You get to see at least where it's going before I sign off. The YouTube bill doesn't do yeah. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Sheldon seems to be digging it so far, so that's all that matters. I'm pretty sure I did not say that. You have to rewind it now and make sure. It's hard to tell because sometimes I just start talking and there are words I'm not necessarily in control of the words. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have said that though. I hope so. Anyway, that you misheard it. It is possible if I was combining words. And I did get Sheldon's confirmation that he's okay with the Legacy of Kain hands, so that was a bit of a relief. Because like I did just start drawing that shit, and it's like, man, I kind of hope he likes this. It is the thick Canadian accent. I know. It's hard to tell while I'm talking a boot sometimes. I'm sure I've gone over it before, but the Bob and Doug McKenzie thing, I still love it as a piece of Canadiana folklore. Because they were at SCTV and they were, and SCTV, the network was like, we love the show, but we need more Canadian content because that's always a mandate, right? Is getting more Canadian content on whatever Canadian produced show. Like anybody gives a fuck about Canadian content, but we got to pretend we got culture. And it's like, it's a Canadian show produced by a bunch of Canadians. What kind of Canadian content do you need? Do you want us to fucking dress up in fleece jackets with toques on and go, hey, you whore's head? And, we'll do that every episode. And they're like, yeah, that'd be great. So that's what they did. And thus a weird movie was born eventually. A little bit of Eric Larson veiny webbing in here, or webby veining. What's next after I finish this next month? Well, I mean, it might be a good idea to just kind of work my way through the commissions, I think. There's a few I got to get through. I'm in contact with at least one other dude. The other guys I got to reach out to. I still got to get in touch with one guy who ordered a piece of original art and then had never responded to my messages or emails to him. And it's like, at first I'm like, okay, well, I'll just send him a random page. Like, oh, wait, no, I don't have his address. You might have given me $150 for nothing, man. I hope I'm able to get a hold of him. Yeah, no, he paid. He paid and he doesn't have anything to show for just yet. It's like, I kind of hope that I can kind of get a hold of him sometime soon. I mean, worst comes to worst, probably what'll happen is he'll realize that he hasn't been getting his Kickstarter notifications, because I've done that from time to time. And maybe he reaches out to me and I go, yeah, sure, man, I still got stuff. You don't get third choice anymore, or whatever it was, but there weren't that many choices, so that's okay. Or, if he doesn't like what's left, I can do him a commission, because that was the same price point anyway, right? Why not? Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm sure I'll get in touch with them eventually. I owe you a frontispiece. The strip. Yeah. Now I'm having difficulty figuring out where to work that into the comic. Is the only thing. I do have it set though. And set aside. The net insights in general have gotten really bad. Yeah. Oh, maybe that's why nobody showed up today. Out of the usual gang. Apart from Lee. If they just didn't get the notification, that doesn't seem super likely, but I don't know. Who knows? I think somebody would have. Yeah, they're very set. Everybody's very set on always updating. I do have it scanned. Yeah, no, so I should probably just send that straight out to you, shouldn't I? Because again, it'll have to be sent differently from comics anyway. Yeah, hit me up with your address. I'll send it out when I can. Just check real quick to make sure. Should be in VW scans. I would think. Well, I mean, if I don't have it scanned, I can scan it quite easily at least. Maybe it's in the issue 1 folder. Oh yeah, there it is. Got it. If it ain't broke, fuck with it until it is. Exactly. YouTube thinks that's the method for success as well. So, and everybody follows suit. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it. Been doing this for a while. 2.5 hours is pretty good for a Wednesday. They do know what's best for us, and personally, I feel gratified that I have such people looking out for me. For my best interests, you know? Okay. I mean, I don't give a shit about it. I don't pay attention to who knows what, who owns what. It's all the same anyway, you know? Anyway, I will peace out now. You guys, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for hanging out. Particularly Lee, I appreciate it, buddy. So I'll see you on Sunday. I gotta... They keep trying to do Kosa after it's been killed 3 times. I'm not even sure what that is, and I don't think I want to look it up right now, probably. Because that'll go down a rabbit hole, right? I don't need no rabbit holes at 9:30 on a Wednesday. So I just got to edit Saturday's video, and then so that'll be all set to go. And yeah, then I'll see the rest of you guys on... Oh, my, age restriction. Yeah, that is what Discord was talking about. Okay. Let me leave, man. All right, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Have a good rest of your week. Peace out, guys.